Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of We Love Soaps TV. I'm Roger Newcomb. I'm here with the multi-talented Lauren B. Martin and the also multi-talented Brian Hewson. We're here today to talk about You Are Not Special, a new film that you guys are both producer of. Can you give us a little of the background, Lauren?
You Are Not Special has been a labor of love, as you said earlier. It is. We've been working on this project for about a year and a half, based on a two-page essay called You Are Not Special by one of our partners, Carrie Preston. And the film has manifested itself into, it started off as a short, was going to go potentially to a web series, certainly because of all of the work that we know about web series, Empire, the creative empire. And we have now officially named the baby, as we like to call it, and she's a feature.
Awesome.
She is a feature. Well, like, around Christmas time, Lauren and I, we were at a party actually that you all were at, and
That's right.
She was talking about needing to bring on a producer. She's like, I'm looking for someone. I'm looking for someone to come on board.
Someone that I'd like. Someone that I've
She's like,
worked
who?
with before.
And you know,
And she couldn't think of anyone, so then she just settled on Brian.
No. She was waiting, and I was like, you know what? I could do it, Lauren.
I had to ply him with a couple of drinks
Just a
first for
couple.
him to say
just
yes.
one or two,
Yeah.
and then so I came on board, and I went and I took a look at the rough cut, and that's when I said to Lauren, I was like, this is a feature. This is a feature. I knew it just from the moment I saw it. I was like, this is the feature. This is what we have to do.
And it was a wonderful thing at that point because Brian hadn't gone through all of the growing pains of the project, and to have a really clear, set, unemotionally involved opinion, which was really, really great. And so we're really happy to have him on board, one as a friend and as a partner and as a great creative being. We have a lot of other projects we want to do as well.
We have some ideas, yeah.
Yes, and hopefully they'll bring me back to Empire next season as well.
Yes, of course. That's happening.
You know, I love interviewing the great hyphenates of New York. There's so many actresses and actors and people that are actor, writer, director, producers. Carrie Preston was somebody I interviewed recently, and she's in a group called the Hyphenates. You're a hyphenate as well. Yeah. Can you tell us some of the hyphenates you are in this movie or this project?
Well, and I mean this in the warmest sense of the word. I think when you do an independent project, and Brian certainly knows that as well, you end up taking on you are the craft service person, you are the wardrobe designer, you are the set designer, you are the the driver, all of the above. And in this project, I am a writer, a director. I happen to have some good FaceTime on the film. We were lucky enough to bring on some really amazing bands on this project as well. So I'm hopefully eventually will give that title of music director to someone else. But we've worked with 15 bands so far, as far from Israel to LA that have all donated their music and their time, and I hope to get their names out there to the universe too. They're very talented people.
Speaking of hyphenates, we're coming here from the Clock Bar in the Bronx, and you actually are involved with this bar.
I am. This is my home away from home. It's an amazing space. We are on Bruckner and Lincoln, and I've helped curate this space and become my other job in life is I love to cook. So I also, with cooking, I love to create cocktails, and that's what mixology is about. And so that's what we do here, and they're such a warm and inviting family, and they've allowed us to film here and be part of and share some of the Clock Bar and some of the art that we have here and some of the great food.
It's wonderful.
As well.
And this is my first time here, and I have to say I don't leave Manhattan. I don't leave Manhattan, but I'm literally in love with this place.
Awesome.
It's got a fantastic vibe, and so everyone should come here.
Do it.
It's awesome. It feels like Lauren. It's really stylish and cool, and just fun to hang out with.
Thank you. Thank you. We try.
What can you tell us about the story?
The story. So You Are Not Special, again, based on this essay by Carrie Preston. It's about the crux of the film, I think, is definitely about being a single person in New York, constantly surrounded by. We're overstimulated in this city where there's models and stars and actors and there's that moment where you sort of feel like you're on that subway and you're crowded by all these people, and what's making you special, and there's something inside us all that does that. But this particular journey is about dating and finding yourself and what you're looking for and what you're not looking for. And really the ultimate answer at the end of the day is that you are in fact special. You do deserve to have all the love that you believe that you can manifest in life. And sometimes we need to go through that journey, and hopefully through a little comedy.
I think that when I, came on board and I first saw it, what struck me the most about it was how universal it is. It is the story of this woman in New York City, of course, and there is a certain specificity to that. But regardless of that, you can watch it, man, woman, New York or not, and you take something away from it. It speaks to you. It speaks to the human condition, I think.
We hope so. I mean, that's the goal at the end of the day, is that hopefully some people will laugh. You might shed a tear or two. And then I think that there's a moment where you say, oh goodness, I was that guy, or I've been that girl. And again, the journey is about finding yourself and loving yourself ultimately, so that you can get all that good love that you deserve. So.
We've seen you in different roles. Your indie soap award nominated role from Empire, As the World Turns, other soaps, movies. How is this role different, or how is this part different than things you had played before?
Oh, this is different.
Wow, that's a great question.
This is different. That's a tough one. You almost got me tongue-tied on that.
I almost feel like
it's closest to.
There's a greater vulnerability to this character
100%.
than maybe a lot of your other characters. The shell is, there's not as much of a hard shell. Like you see the soft center.
You do.
On Empire, you're definitely a hard ass.
Yes,
which was awesome.
Yes, she is.
Which was awesome. This one, I think, it definitely is a humanized type of thing, where you definitely see the insecurities of, and I have a ton of them. We all do, but you definitely see the insecurities of this human being, and
which I think is part of what makes it so relatable.
We hope so. We hope so.
Brian, have you produced a film before, or?
No. No, I haven't, but I hadn't produced a web series before Empire either, and so sometimes you gotta just jump in.
And they made it through 5 seasons,
head
so
first.
I think, yeah.
For those who don't know, we're a few months away from my 4-year anniversary of interviewing Brian, and Brian and Greg Turner actually inspired the whole indie soap movement at We Love Soaps Indie Soap Awards. So who knows? I'm going to probably do the Indie Film Awards after this interview.
Oh, fantastic.
I think that's a good idea.
I think that's a great idea. But, I think that, this is the kind of world we live in now. If you want to do it, just do it. You don't have to wait for someone to hand it to you. Look at that Veronica Mars Kickstarter that just out.
Right.
I mean, obviously it's a little different, but it's like you can take the reins in your own hands and you can make your own bliss.
And that's fantastic. And I think that with this project, like we talked about before, we knew we wanted to do something. We knew that there was something creative there, and then taking it and reading it aloud to a couple of people and saying, do you get this? Are you laughing at the right place? It's amazing that with such a community of creative people, there's so many creative people in New York. There's in any city, if you search, you find. And if you're lucky enough to manifest that in your life, it's a great thing. And we're really proud that we've got this far, and hopefully with everyone's help, we'll be able to finish this project.
Right, so you've shot most of it now. What are the next steps for the film?
So the next steps are color correction, editing,
getting the music in there.
Right. Film festivals.
Film festivals, that's a big one. That's,
right. Gigantic posters.
It's getting gigantic, a whole marketing campaign.
Keychains, bells, whistles, mugs, I don't know, things like that.
Make all those final touches that are so important, so we can get it out there so people can see it.
Right, and then we want to get on our next, we're going to do a German Western with Shetland ponies. No.
Oh, I was like, I don't remember this conversation, but yes, we are. I was ready to be like, yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
That sounds awesome.
If you build it, they will come.
All right, well, thank you guys so much. We look forward to seeing what happens next.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Roger.